Somebody just sent this in the Discord. I'm a little interested in it. I kind of like heard a little bit about this. I don't really understand what's going on. It's like, yeah, we could look at the Tom Dark video about it. Chuggaaconroy's foot allegation. What does that even mean? All right,
ladies and gentlemen, the drama of the day, the allegations of the week, some may say
excited.
The bombshell of the century. Who is it about? Well, it's about beloved YouTube Let's Player Chuggaaconroy.
Oh my god, a YouTube Let's Player. Whoa, yeah.
And apparently he's getting in some because he's been asking for some foot-related stuff from
what, dude? What are you doing? Who would like that?
From one of Sarah Z's writers, and it's blown up on Twitter. It's literally all I'm fucking hearing about, despite the fact that I've never watched a Chuggaaconroy video in my life, nor will I ever.
Is he like a huge?
I don't care about him. What I do care about are allegations, particularly whether or not they're true or false, whether they're valid or invalid.
Very, very based. Oh, this guy's kind of popular. Look at this guy. What a weird name. He does Pokemon. Well, of course he's a weirdo. He plays Pokemon. Are these just? These are just hour-long video. How do you make money doing this, dude? I gotta stop doing. I gotta start playing video games. I gotta find a partner for it.
We're going to be exploring that today because there's a lot of contention on this particular issue.
Hey, Emil, they say style starts at the feet, right? So I'm giving you these to help.
All right, he's already canceled, dude. This guy has a weird voice.
Help your style take a step in the right direction.
All right.
Let's just consider them a gift, and we'll call it good. From Style and Shari.
Okay.
I swear, if
This is
that's a
6 years
triple
old.
pun and these are shoes, that would be the best.
I love feet so much.
They're socks!
Oh, I love dirty.
Well, what's the point of the socks unless they're dirty? If you really think about that, that's my question.
Chuggaaconroy has a pretty big YouTube channel. He's got 1.27 million subscribers. Go to his oldest videos. He's been uploading for 15 years. He's been posting Let's Play videos to YouTube for 15 years. One of the
Good for
longest
him.
running Let's Players of all time. And if you
Damn, this guy's like a silent artist here. Okay, good for him, man. Okay.
go to his latest videos, he's still getting very good views for someone who's been around for this long. Like 50,000, 100,000 views on Pokemon 2 Black and White Finale. Like,
That's weird for a Pokemon game, too.
this guy is still making a considerable amount of money, and it's all off of just making simple Let's Plays of popular games. And even old games like Pokemon Black and White. I think those games came out in 2012 or something. I remember when those games came out and they were big. He's still getting views doing it. So clearly,
How old
this
is
guy is pretty much killing it on YouTube. But we've got some allegations about him today. And they're
Stop.
coming from Lady
Oh, no! Oh, God. He's 33.
Emily. Scrolling through Reddit and seeing dozens of comments calling the popular YouTuber
Oh,
who
no.
sexually harassed you for several months last year a wholesome being with only green flags.
Oh, no.
And people were like,
How did that happen? Why not just come out and say it? What do we got?
well, who is this guy? You know, who are you talking about here? Lady Emily, great Cheshire. Who are you talking about here? And she eventually revealed it was Chuggaaconroy.
He kept trying to get me to initiate erotic foot fetish roleplay with him while he also had a girlfriend. What? This included sending shoes to my house under the guise of a gift, only to constantly ask for feet pics. What a weirdo. How old was she?
Okay, just to get it off my chest, last year Chuggaaconroy kept trying to get me to initiate erotic foot fetish roleplay with him while he also had a girlfriend. This included sending shoes to my house under the guise of a gift, only
he
to
already
constantly
read it.
ask for feet pics afterwards. Eventually, I started ignoring him because I wasn't sure how to navigate around him, clearly trying to rope me into fetish stuff, and in return, his messages to me got more frequent and aggressive. Here we have him saying, "and beautiful," so I originally planned to go with black with a floral
How old was this person? I don't care about any of this except for the age.
pattern, but they lacked it in your size, so I went with what I thought was most likely to go with any clothes. Here she says, "Oh, honestly, great call because I love black high tops. I haven't had any in years." Here he says, "Ha ha ha,
All right, it sounds like she's accepting the gift. Okay.
it's my personal favorite shoe. It's a great shoe. Goes
15 and 19. How is it 15 and 19? This guy's 33 years old. What do you mean? How is it 15 and 19? What? He's 33. What are you talking about?
with everything. Do I get to see you in them?
You so freaky ass!
So clearly here, she's at the very least
What?
consenting to having these shoes sent to her house. I personally am not letting anyone send shoes to my house unless
No, it's weird.
I'm, sending them pictures of my big stinky Bulgarian feet. With all the hair and everything in them, in the pictures. You guys know who you are. Only the real ones get those photos.
Why did you say 15 and 19, bro?
So that's exclusive to members actually in this channel. And be sure to become a member for $5 a month. But
Very basic.
there's so many DMs and they definitely look cringy, off rip. There's no way you can go about it because he's like a foot guy and people who are into feet are weird. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, okay. So what's the real issue here? It sounds like they're going back and forth. What's the age gap?
Thank you. Trying to get a lot done. I want to finish a series or at least get close so I can travel to Scotland to see my significant other soon. Oh, cool. I didn't realize she was in Scotland. Yeah, pretty far, but we're thinking of immigration next year. Would you like to pick up where we left off last night? It dropped off.
Ha ha ha.
It dropped off suddenly. You tend to disappear. Aw, gonna ping you once more. So he's getting a bit desperate here. Messaging at 9:10, then messaging at 9:35, and messaging again at 11:01. He's thinking about her feet. He's got feet on the brain.
There's new allegations of him doing sexual role play with somebody who was 15 when he was 19. Who gives a fuck? When he was 15, you're telling me like 14 years ago? Who cares? Honestly, 14 years. First of all, 15, 19, inappropriate, but really like not predatory. Second of all, 15 years ago, this wasn't even something anybody cared about. So I do not care about that at all. Who gives a fuck? The foot fetish stuff happened between adults. None of this matters. This whole thing is stupid. Who cares?
Spoops super chatted.
None of this matters.
$4.99. Howdy, Papa. Hope you and Lady Gut are well. Heart.
Very well, thank you.
All freaking night. Well, hello. Have a nice doctor's visit. Sorry to ping you again. I just wanted to know. Damn, you're no fun. Kidding. Just a little concerned.
Oh, did you have to go to the foot doctor? Do you need your annual penis inspection day? Let's see if we can find this person.
Sorry, that was rude of me. I shouldn't say stuff like that, even jokingly. You have your own stuff going on as much as I do. Hey, sorry, am I bugging you too much? I'm just getting done with work and saw I hadn't heard back. Hey, yo.
So just say, yes, you're bugging me. Like, be an adult. If this person is an adult, who cares? Oh, of course, they have a YouTube themselves. Of course they do. Of course they do. It's for fucking attention, dude. I don't care. Who cares? It's always these... Are they trans too? Is it just another Miss Breezy? Is it just Miss Breezy all over again?
This video is brought to you by Nebula.
I don't know, dude. They have their pronouns in the bio. I love trans people, by the way. All this is dumb. Who cares? None of this is like a big deal.
Oh, how's today? Feeling any better? Hi, sorry if I'm bugging you. I understand you've got your own stuff going on too. I just wanted to wish you well tonight after seeing you talk about how much being sick set you back. I've really enjoyed talking to you more through it. I'll leave you be after this message.
Yeah, so he's just like a cringy little simp and he keeps bothering her, sure. But it sounds like she was kind of into it for a little bit and then she stopped being into it.
In case you need rest. He didn't let her be.
And this is annoying and cringe. Like, this is obnoxious and like inappropriate. She should have blocked him or something. But like, yeah, this is inappropriate. It's nothing that big of a deal.
He did not let her be. He kept
10 messages with no response. That's called what we call the alpha chat Riz play.
Going. He's persistent. He wants the footsie pics. I missed you.
Whatever Tom doesn't go over, I'm going to go over myself.
Better? Blah. Blargan. Hey, hope I'm not piling it on. Just saw you were on. Hello. So he's clearly desperate to message her. That much is obvious. That much we can.
She must have lovely feet. Can we see her? Can we see her sniffers? We're going to have to see the sniffers to see if it's appropriate. What he's doing is appropriate. Bro, I'm not really... Like, I think it's pathetic. And he's a loser for this. But I mean, he's a fucking Pokemon Let's Player. What?
As far as I know, I'm not the only...
Like, what's the expectation here?
Person he's done this to. He would try to assure me everything is fine while also trying to initiate fetish, italicized text RP. That's what I thought.
That's what
too, lol. I was like, I could fix this, but it's funnier if it's flawed. At times I do miss the versatility of the old avatar. It was fun to mess with. Is that the face you're gonna make if I ran off with your shoes at a con?
She says LMAO, something like that. Bro, don't play into it. Don't play into it if you don't like it. Be like, bro, you're being so weird. You just be like, hey, you're being so weird. Don't be weird anymore.
Wait, he actually loves feet. Bro,
he's a weirdo.
Cancer, you need to stop this. Lamau, something like that. What would you even do? What would you do if I took your shoes at a furry con?
Bro.
What would you do? I mean, the floor is lava. No, but the floor is dirty.
I'm being forward with you because I'd rather not keep anything from you and let you make the best decision for you. I am into that, but only with my significant other. I just also like talking about shoes with people because it's also an interest.
I love shoes. They're an interest. Is this guy autistic? Like, what's happening here?
My SO about this when we started dating.
You posted the 1519 allegation thing in the Discord. We can take a look at that.
I talk about shoes with other people because it isn't sexual with
if
my
he
friends.
Doesn't.
Just something I enjoy talking about with my friends too. I know that might be a lot to share, and I'm sorry if it is, but I figure it's just best to be open with people and consider what I'd like to know if I was in their position. Here he says, good, glad we understand each other, walks up behind you and trips with some fancy footwork. You thud to the ground and I yank your sneakers off in an instant. Haha, loser!
This guy's a weirdo. This guy's so weird. Why were you even his friend? That's what you should get canceled for.
Chucks them at you. So clearly in these DMs, I mean, they're sort of out of order. But these ones are from, let's see here, June 11th of this year. Or sorry, I guess last year.
Bro, it sounds like this girl knows this guy's a fucking weird foot guy, but he's going to buy her shoes. So he's like, all right, cool. Hey, same. None of this matters. It's a big nothing burger, this whole thing so far.
Year 2023 because it's 2024 now. Time flies when you're having fun. And then this one is from September 13th. So it looks like at first he was just talking about shoes, and then it seems like it kind of got, you know, roped into the sexual thing for him. Here she says, it started with him attending my Pokemon Black streams last December and chatting. We started talking in DMs because he seemed chill. Then on June 4th, I uploaded a selfie and he zoomed into my shoes in the background and messaged me about them. So here she posts a selfie. He sees her shoes and it says nice sneakers.
Nice sniffers. I mean sneakers.
Oh, thank you. I need new ones, to be honest. My everyday pair is starting to see some damage.
Oh, bro, you instantaneously went with I need new ones. Get the fuck out of here. You instantaneously go, I need new ones? Can I have the old ones then? I'll get you new. We'll do a trade-in deal. I'll pay you to buy you new shoes. How's that? That's what his response should be.
Sadly typical due to thin fabric, so he's like a shoe expert. Not only is he a foot fetishist or a shoe gooner,
Yeah, he's a shoe gooner, is fucking right.
Is a actual shoe enthusiast, talking about the thin fabric, the wear and tear. Listen, if you guys need some shoe tips, go to Chuggaaconroy.
Yo, I mean, if he knows that much about shoes, maybe his is like just some kind of a weird like fixation interest. Who knows?
Conroy first. He's gonna get you up with the latest cobbling techniques. Yeah, the curse of liking shoes that aren't durable. Got them on sale though for $20. Can't complain. Hope you've been doing well. Based buying cheap shoes, expensive shoes.
Hey, thank you. I just finished editing a video that was nuts to make. Oh, he's talking about his balls.
Shoes are for
He's talking about his
hey,
balls.
Thank you. I just finished editing a video that was nuts to make. It covers this mall you can develop in Pokemon. So, like, do you have a PO box? Not at the moment. Oh, I was gonna see if I could partake in.
So it seems like there was a lot of conversation in between the shoes and the other stuff. Oh no, that was like an hour later. Yes, they probably had like consistent conversation. And then he kind of just goes back to the shoes. Yeah, he's a shoe gooner.
Birthday niceness. I don't know how many I have. I have enough for a full stamina bar and 11 hearts. You can see it on the loading screen. So they're just talking here, talking. And then he says, if I may be so bold, sneaker size? Generally around, why did she censor her sneaker size?
No. Also, why is that not the first red flag? A guy asks you your sneaker size and you just give it to him? You know what you're doing. Who asked that question? What's your sneaker size? Oh, casual answer. No. Why are you asking me? Why are you asking me my fucking sneaker size? Dude, she knows what's going on. She knows what's going on.
Does she have big feet or something? I feel like she might have big feet. I mean, I'm not making any judgments here, but I feel like if I saw this person in real life, I wouldn't think they have small feet. Not that there's anything wrong with having big feet, okay? Listen, my feet aren't the biggest. My feet aren't the biggest, Chuggaaconroy, if you're looking for some, but I am size 10.5 in most shoes, and sometimes I have to wear size 11.
Hey, Chug, my feet stink right now, bro. I just got out of the gym, and I wore the same socks I wore yesterday because I didn't have any clean ones, so you want me to send them over, man? Pay for the shipping. Don't worry. Don't worry. I've had those socks for 20 years. They're adult socks.
If that's appealing to you, you can let me know. Honestly, I know I've got an audience and everything, and you think that I'd be charging you for this or whatever, but you know, I'm going to be honest about it, Chuggaaconroy. I'm going to be charitable to you, okay? If you want to send me shoes, I'll take as many pictures as you want in them, okay? I love taking pictures of my I can't even say that. This guy's
okay.
Weird. But the real question here is, like, is he weird or...
Yeah, he's weird. It's nothing predatory.
Is this some kind of, like, assault or harassment, or is he doing something wrong? That's the bigger question.
Not assaulting or harassing anybody. I mean, well, he's a little bit harassing, but this person played into it, then they got creeped out by it, and they stopped responding, and then he kept going. She should have just blocked him. And I'm tired of but he's a big content creator. He could have, there's nothing he can do. Like, the power dynamic conversation on the internet is just so fucking brain dead at this point. Like, power dynamics absolutely exist in so many different facets. Me and my wife, there's a power dynamic. I'm a man. I could pummel her to death if I wanted to. I never would. I love her. Okay, but this is like, oh, hey, he's a bigger YouTuber, she's a smaller YouTuber. What could he possibly do to cancel her? Like, I feel like that's kind of gone at this point. Like, oh, she might want to talk to him because he can make her have clout. Whatever. Just, she obviously can ignore him. It's not going to do anything. If anything, she has more power because now she knows his dirty foot secret. And then she's exhausting that power by throwing it up on the internet and trying to cancel this guy for being a fucking predator. This is dumb. People are calling this grooming. They're stupid. People are calling this grooming should just... Yeah. Fair enough, and I agree. It's the shit in perspective, though. Back then, 19 and 15 was just deemed deeply tragic as opposed to predatory. No, not. First of all, let me just be very clear. 14 years ago, 19 and 15 was deemed 0% of a problem. Let's just be explicitly clear. I'm 33. Nobody cared about that back then. I'm not saying that they shouldn't have. Nowadays, it's inappropriate. It's not deeply tragic now or then. It's not predatory now or then. It's pearl clutching people on the internet that are usually kids that don't understand the way life works, that think that a second that a 19-year-old talks to a 15-year-old, they're going to explode, die, and instantly get groomed. That's not how it works. I'd say it's inappropriate. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. It's not. It's not. There's nothing tragic here. It's not that bad. Not great. You're 36? Well, you're wrong. You're a woman! I'm just fucking with you. I mean, you probably are a woman. Your name is Sophie. It wasn't deeply tragic back then. Why are you saying it's deeply... It's not a massive deal. Get the fuck out of here. One 19-year-old male dating a 15-year-old was 100% tragic? What is that? What do you mean tragic? What the fuck? Do you know what tragic means? You know, like, tragedies are stories about death, right? What the fuck are you talking about? Like, what does the word tragic mean to you? Why am I coping? I don't care. Causing or characterized by extreme distress or sorrow. No 15-year-old simply talking to a 19-year-old is going to be fucking traumatized or have tragedy onto them. This is just not true. Because you met the guys and they were tragic. What does that mean that they were tragic? Were they losers? Are you saying that lonely 19-year-old losers talk to 15-year-old girls? I agree with that 1,000%. Only an absolute fucking loser would do that. But we're talking about the grooming and the manipulation and the predatory aspect is just not there. That's it. That's it. I don't know what you're talking about.
And
what
as
are you
more
saying?
DMs came out, people started to really question.
Yes, I sorrowed for those poor 19. What words are you using? What does that sentence mean? Yes, I sorrowed for those poor 19-year-old men? What does this mean? Oh, okay. So you're saying that they're fucking losers. Okay, there's a little bit of a gap. I agree with you. Okay. We had a little bit of a miscommunication. I agree with that. I thought that you were saying that it was like the fucking 15-year-olds were literally going to have to go to a mental hospital. You're just saying that the 19-year-olds are losers. I agree with that. Yeah, 1,000%. 100% agree. They're losers. I agree with that. 1,000%.
What was going on here? Combos would often derail suddenly. One moment we'd be talking about Nintendo games and it would immediately shift to feet talk. He was very persistent in commenting on how big my feet are.
No, it's not a massive problem. I think how old are you? It's a massive problem. No, it's not. It's not good. Like, not everything that's bad has to be the biggest issue in the world. Like, me peeing on the toilet seat isn't a massive problem. It's just, like, not ideal. Not everything has to be the most intense, egregious thing in the entire world. I learned how to drive, drink, work, lived in my many sexual experiences while theoretically a 16-year-old has none of this and absolutely... What the fuck are you talking about? Okay, I'm going to move on. 1915 is inappropriate. It's not predatory.
Big feet.
Especially like nowadays where people are basically children until they're like 20-something. Like, people grow up so slow. It's insane. Like, kids are still living at home until like mid-20s. Like, there's not a huge gap. 1915 is still inappropriate. I think that there is a gap, and I think that it should be recognized, and it's not a good thing, but like predatory, you're pushing it on that. Hard. You're pushing it on that.
All the blunt jokes to make the vibes less creepy. For those asking how I know it was his actual Discord, not an impersonator I was talking to, beyond the fact I ran it by mutuals of ours to make sure it was valid, here's our first connection over Twitter leading up to things on Discord. So she's just showing her that she was talking to the real Chuggaaconroy.
Would I let my 15-year-old daughter date a 20-year-old? No, I wouldn't let my 15-year-old daughter date a 20-year-old. I wouldn't let my 20-year-old date a 15-year-old. I'd beat the shit out of them. What does that matter? I wouldn't let either of them either. I wouldn't let my 15 or 19-year-old kid date a 19 or 15-year-old. I would beat the 19-year-old in both scenarios. It being wrong is different from it being deeply problematic. This is what your brain needs to understand proportionality. That's where we're at.
Thought that it was a real guy at this point. But the bigger
That's
question
the issue.
Is this guy guilty of something? Well, as people started going through the DMs,
he's guilty of cringe.
Finding some more things. This person called the Astral Alchemist said, "I'm sorry, but WTF? Is she and her defenders just ignoring the fact that she was making sure she understood it was for fun, and she says she doesn't mind? Hashtag we are with Chuggaaconroy. I'm dumbfounded truly." This is the angriest I've felt about this drama. This person called Lecter and Light says apparently she's made accusations of Proton John in the past as well as Quentin.
What the fuck is Proton John?
Here he says, so here we got some more DMs here. These are obviously, I mean, I guess they could be out of context, but there seems to be a full conversation here, so I'm going to assume assume this is probably the full picture we're getting here. And here he says, oh, okay, I just wanted to talk about something. So, like, I'll continue this joke with you if you want. It just sort of happened. I got the vibe you were enjoying it if you were playing along, and I like doing this sort of
Obviously, it wasn't a joke. He's serious, but he's playing it off as a joke because he feels like a fucking creep.
thing. So I feel like we're on the same page. But I guess just due to how it can be seen in hindsight, I wanted to tell you this is just a game. Oh, yeah, I know. Absolutely. I don't mind. Okay, I'm glad you feel this.
See, I don't mind. She's fine with it. None of this matters.
A lot of people aren't into that. Oh, yeah, lol, all good fun. Yeah, being
I don't mind. It's just cringe.
forward with you.
He's
I'd rather
guilty
not
of
keep anything
cringe.
from you and let you make the best decision for you. I am into that, but only my significant other. I just like talking about shoes. Okay, so she says she's fine with it here. Maybe at some point she was not fine with it though because she realized it was a sexual thing. It wasn't just a joke.
There's absolutely no way. I just frankly don't believe that this person ever thought it was just a joke. I couldn't believe it. I'm having a hard time. I'm just having a hard time, man.
He thought it was a joke in the first place, and he's like, Madame, may I?
I don't know, but if it was in the UK, at least, it would be crazy for an 18-year-old to date a 15-year-old. Like, you would be actually ostracized. No, you wouldn't. The age of consent in, like, the entire fucking UK is 16. You guys are degenerates. What are you talking about? Oh, that would be seen as such a bad thing there. What are you talking about? Your country's worse with age of consent than most of my country is. Get the fuck out of here. We would be ostracized. No, you wouldn't. We're worse. Russell Brandon's like, was dating a 16-year-old like a fucking creep. What are you talking about? That shit happens too much over there. It's worse. It's worse over there. It's worse. It's worse over there. Get the fuck out of here, dude. You're lying to me. I think that you're a young person that has his brain and heart in the right place. That's what I think. But that's what you're saying is not true. I'm just letting you know.
Please, perchance, indulge in a photo image of one of your walking devices, one of your footsies, one of your feetsies, one of your
Outcast and not ostracized is the same word. This means the same thing, my man.
your cloppers. May I please partake? It's nothing like that. No. My sweet pea, it's merely for the plot. The fact that I want to see your feet, it's merely for the plot of them, the story. Like, I mean, you had to know
Yeah, let me see those wooden Dutch shoes, baby.
the whole time, right? But the question is, did this guy overstep some kind of boundary?
Yeah, he overstepped the boundary when he messaged her 10 times, and that's the boundary I'd say. Not a huge boundary. He's fine.
Did this guy overstep some kind of boundary egregiously
Pyrocynical's 18, talking to a 15-year-old when he was from the UK. Yeah, exactly.
in a way?
Like, the guy, John Swan, correct me if I'm wrong, but that guy got canceled because he tried to cancel an 18-year-old for talking to a 15-year-old, like flirting with one. Like, we know that this is, you know what I mean? So
that he should be held accountable. He should be criticized. He should be shit on. He should be owned in the court of public opinion. Well, it's not entirely easy to say right now. Exactly.
he's just a cringe guy. He's not a fucking predator from what we've seen.
But this DM is definitely, one. She did release this one, but this one in particular makes it seem like she was at the very least okay with it at some point. Now, maybe that.
Yeah, sure. Listen, like I keep saying, sorry to be rude, but if just say stop. Just say, hey, this is weird. You're being a fucking weirdo. They're like, this guy's already dumped his entire brain about how he likes stinky fucking feet. So there's no way that he could ever leverage anything over you.
Change for her later on. We just don't know. That being said, Chuggaaconroy did actually end up talking about this publicly. He had a response to the allegations. His first response was right here, where he says, hey, I want to say I'm sorry to Emily and to you, our community. I apologize for my mistake of overstepping the boundaries of our friendship and causing her to hurt in the process. I'd rather have time to collect my thoughts and
This is fine. This is
react immediately and ask that you not contact my friends about this. I will talk about this more in a few days. So the important thing to remember here, before we get into anything more, first of all, the girl's an adult. It's not a minor.
Damn, you gotta fire your editor, dude. Double talk.
So at least there's that. It's not grooming of any kind. Some people have been, spreading rumors and stuff. Things always get out of hand with allegations. They just assume it's a lie and make her to your thing. Seems here, girl was an adult. That's notable. Secondly, no naked pictures were exchanged. Thirdly, I don't think
Even if they were,
he violated her consent, really. Like, he did ask her if she was okay with it. He asked her repeatedly. Yeah. And, like, at no point in the DMs did she say, like, I'm uncomfortable with this. I don't like this.
Yeah, and listen, here's the thing. Women need to start, you can stand up for yourself. There are always going to be first of all, men always create a comfortable environment for a woman to say no. We're talking about straight relationships, by the way, okay? Everybody should be doing this, though. That's number one. Number two, I understand that sometimes it can be scary, but at the end of the day, this is not one of those scenarios where she couldn't say, she could have just been like, I'm not comfortable with this. And it would have immediately stopped. He couldn't do anything to hurt her ever in any capacity. She has fucking hours of content about, or of Discord DMs about how much he loves stinky feet. And clearly she could just be like, if he ever tried to do something, she could just go after him, which is unlikely that I was ever going to try to do something anyway. He's probably just going to be like, oh, okay, sorry. So, okay.
I have a problem with this. In fact, he had every reason to believe she was okay with it based on that one DM we saw. Now, the contention there is going to be like, was she okay with it if it was just a game? Did she know it was not really just a game and it's clearly something he gets off to? It's hard to tell. Vito Comedy here says, it's cool, man. Rather than directly tell you she was uncomfortable, she refused to step up and set boundaries.
Fuck is Vito?
You should learn to take a hint, but you never violated her consent. I would pretty much agree with this. Now, this person says the absence of yes is a no. Consent by its very nature has to be informed and enthusiastic.
Shut up. I don't care about this. Listen. Okay, let's be clear. We're going to be specific, and then we're going to be general. Number one, specifically, he asked her if the conversation was okay, so it was fine. The cringe part is that he was DMing her like 10 times and she didn't respond. Number two, consent does not have to be enthusiastic. Okay? Consent needs to be explicit. It should be explicit, but enthusiastic, it doesn't need to be enthusiastic. You want to know how I know that? Because I'm a person. My wife and I are trying to have a kid, and there are ovulation windows where we have to have sex. It's not enthusiastic sex. We have really good sex when we're spontaneous. It doesn't have to be enthusiastic. I've had sex before when I didn't want to. It didn't mean I wasn't consenting. I wasn't enthusiastic about it. If I say no, then it's not consensual. But if I'm like, yeah, sure, then it's consensual. It doesn't have to be enthusiastic consent. I don't like this, like, it's a dumb narrative to say it has to be enthusiastic all the time. It's like, no, it doesn't. When you're first engaging with somebody, it probably should be. But if, like, it doesn't have to be enthusiastic all the time. Like, this person's a fucking virgin. Like, no, it doesn't. It just has to be consensual. And the person has to be in an environment where they can say no. That's it. It doesn't have to be, like, you don't have to literally, like, oh my God, I can't wait to have sex. All right, sometimes you just got to pump and dump. All right? That's what it comes down to.
If they don't explicitly, unambiguously say yes, they're saying no. Vito just says nah. Now, to be honest, I think that she should have said no.
She was under duress. He was buying her shoes. Incredible.
Oh, she didn't like it. She should have communicated that to him. For some reason, she didn't do that. I really don't know why. But this is not the only response we got from Chuggaaconroy. He posted a full response to his Facebook page, actually. It's decently long.
It's Facebook. People still use fucking Facebook?
He goes into all of it. Here he says, hey all, I ask first of everyone who thinks it's helping to insult Emily on my behalf. Please don't send any further negativity her way.
Attack her more. Attack her until she sends me her shoes.
Emily should be treated with respect. I know that I've hurt Emily with my actions. These are choices I made myself, and I don't think it's relevant how I felt or what my intentions were to justify my actions. I just want to say the end result is that I really hurt you and made you feel uncomfortable. I hate that anyone made you feel that way, and I wish you the best. It took me longer than it should have to take the hint that something was wrong.
Should it be enthusiastic if it's a one-night stand? I would say, like, yes. In a one-night stand, like, it should be enthusiastic. Both parties should be excited about it, of course, generally speaking. But in general, here's the thing. This is the thing. If you're saying, like, yeah, yes, and you consent to it, like, that's consent. That's it. Like, you know what I mean? If you're I understand that you might be in an environment that's uncomfortable. Like, that's, like, again, make the environment as comfortable as possible. But if you're saying yes, if you're being explicit about a yes, and somebody has sex with you, like, where are we now? You know? You should get as much enthusiasm, generally speaking, in your sex as possible. But especially as time goes on, things will change. Because you're going to have to, there's going to be different responsibilities, like if you don't have kids or something. And one partner might want to have sex and the other might not. And then, like for me, if I want to have sex or my wife doesn't want to have sex, well, there's times when one of us wants to have sex and the other one doesn't, and we still have sex. And then we usually get into it. But I don't know, this whole enthusiastic consent, I just feel like, I don't know. It just, it makes sense sometimes, but always it's annoying because I feel like it's just so, it doesn't always get into the understanding of, like, actual sexual encounters, So, I don't know.
Wrong when you cut contact with me. I shouldn't have assumed you were just busy with traveling and that things were fine. I only began putting it together when the silence continued. I pestered you for too long and I apologize for doing so. When you communicated this to me privately a few months ago, I apologized to you directly and promised I would never repeat this kind of behavior again with anyone else. So she did at some point actually communicate with him that she didn't like it looks like. She did tell him straight up, like, I'm not cool with that. Sunflower.
Oh, where? Where did she say that? Oh, did he say that?
I think so. When you communicated this to me privately a few months ago, I apologized to you directly and promised I would never repeat this kind of behavior again with anyone else. So she did at some point
Oh, okay. So if she actually said that, was that before or after his 10 message rant? Yeah, sure. She said stop. From what we can see, when she said stop, he probably stopped immediately. Because she didn't show us that point,
Actually communicate with him that she didn't like it looks like. She did tell him straight up, like, I'm not cool with that. Sunflower ASMR says, I also had multiple uncomfortable experiences with him and will be encouraged to enact in foot fetish roleplay when we spoke. I support these women and have sad this has happened to so many.
Bro, now everybody's a rape victim at this point. Everybody's a fucking rape grooming victim. This is so stupid, dude. Holy fuck. Honestly, I don't even mean to be a dick, but men, stop apologizing. Stop apologizing. Don't even apologize. He should have just said, like, yeah, sorry, I got a little cringe, but everything was fucking consensual. I move on. Enough of this fucking jerking off. I'm sorry to hurt her. She didn't get hurt. She was perturbed slightly. Enough of this. Oh, he made uncomfortable. He made me uncomfortable on many occasions, so stop talking to him. Grow the fuck up. But your name is Miss Fuji VTuber ASMR Elf Gremlin. Of course you're a fucking child, mentally. Jesus Christ. Holy fuck, grow a backbone. Say stop, you're gross. Say you're a fucking loser. What is he gonna do? What? Nothing. He's a fucking foot fetishist, and he says stuff to you. All you have, like, easily, you have the fucking power to cancel him. You're doing it right now, so he's not gonna hurt you. Just tell him to stop. Just ignore him. Fucking made me uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable right now. My ass hurts in this chair. Is the chair raping me? Like, what's happening, dude? I'm getting so fucking irritated. This is insane. Everybody wants to be a fucking victim. And they get to go and jerk off with their friends. Yeah, I know how you feel. You were violently raped, but this guy one time made me a little uncomfortable because he wanted to buy me shoes. Fuck. Shut up. Jesus Christ. Everybody wants to be a fucking victim of something. Be normal. Be a normal person. Be a normal person. Be a regular person. Why are you so fucking boring that you want to be the victim of of some kind of terrible thing? And also, guys, stop being weird and being annoying and gross. Also, it's like, Jesus Christ.
This person, Miss Fushi, says, I support her 100%. Chuggaaconroy has made me uncomfortable on many occasions. I'm not okay with him contacting me. Will not be part of any event he participates in. I was afraid of posting this publicly, but I have to share. This community has good men. He isn't one. Look.
He's not a good man. He's a fucking Pokemon person. There's no good men in the Pokemon community. You're all weird, and you don't shower, and you like smelly feet.
I understand feeling uncomfortable.
You probably jerk off to fucking Lopunny. There's some good men in the Pokemon community. No, there's not. They all jerk off to fucking Pokemon. All of them jerk off to Pokemon with tits. That's the only way that they watch Pokemon. You're getting psyoped constantly. Oh my god, Cyndaquil's pussy looks so You gotta make sure it evolves, okay? That's too young in the evolution cycle, guys.
Well, I feel like this is being...
That was my starter in Gen 2, Cyndaquil. That's why...
blown out of proportion a little bit. It's not like
you got a bunch of Pokemon streamers who don't go outside and learn how to have public interaction. Of course, they're going to develop like weird things because they're just weirdos that are socially inept.
Anyone, it's not like he pressured anyone. Like he was fully upfront. Like, I want to see your feet. If you want to show me, you can send them to me.
And these girls pretended that they didn't know it was sexual. Let's get the hell out of here.
It's not like he was really pressuring them. Was he being weird? Is he a strange guy?
What else do we got here?
Gooner? Yes, undoubtedly. But that being said, I just kind of, I don't know. Am I wrong for thinking this isn't a huge deal? After the number of people who inquired about Chuggaaconroy over MagFest, I feel I need to make this clear. I'm not associated with Emil in years, nor are we friends. Any cameos Splatoon 2 recorded long before our falling out or interaction/mention was posted and done without my consent after I made it clear I did not want to be associated. Okay, so here they're saying that Chuggaaconroy posted stuff anyway, despite them saying they didn't want to work with him.
I don't care
anymore. That is interesting. Curious if there's any proof to that. I am uncomfortable with the way he's talked to and about me in the past.
None of this is like matters though. Oh, I don't like the guy. I told him not to do this. I don't care.
There's been a huge point of distress combined with the way he's spoken to and about
distress. Wait, what? What did I miss?
Proof to that. I am uncomfortable with the way he's talked to and about me in the past, which has been a huge point of distress.
Distress. Okay.
Combined with the way he's spoken to and about others, particularly women in private and public, is concerning.
All right, but the dog pile commences.
Associated with that behavior. Emil has historically been one to push boundaries, and being faced with the following as large as he is absolutely harrowing. Even establishing my own personal boundaries carries an inherent risk. For a long time, not rocking the boat felt like the safer option. I have seen the recent post and his apology and privately received separate.
So what that says to me is that they didn't really want to explicitly be like, hey, I don't like this because they didn't want to rock the boat. I don't know what to tell you. Gay, bro, Chuggaaconroy, you're a creepy guy. Go outside and learn to talk to people. And to all these women, learn to say fucking, like, learn to just set boundaries. Why? It's so boring.
Over the years that have rung hollow with his actions. I am tired of hearing it, have no more chances to give, and I'm exhausted from attending and politely dodging topics when he's brought up. For my own comfort and safety, I'll not be attending any events that he will be at unless...
Comfort and safety.
It is a public space where I'm able to avoid him, large-scale conventions. I'm not...
Public and safety, guys.
I've seen him in years and I have no intention to start again. Now, to those who have unknowingly asked me questions about him, either at MagFest, in private, or in chat rooms, I would absolutely no ill will, and I do not fault you. Moving forward, I will not be reciprocating discussion about Emil further in any capacity. This is my personal line in the sand made because I no longer want to quietly tolerate people speaking for me, assuming the wrong things, or incorrectly associating us as friends and collaborators. So those who have already empathized with you, and I wish you all strength. So this seems to be a semi-common thing. Oh, this guy Ant Dude even, he says, gonna echo this brief.
Yeah, what a shocker that this guy messages multiple girls and for feet stuff. Like, oh no shit.
Briefly.
He's like a cringe like if you want to stop watching him because he's cringe and a loser and also does make women uncomfortable, that's perfectly reasonable. Because he's a creep, but he's not a predator. He's a fucking loser. He's a socially inept loser. These people are acting like this guy's a fucking predator. This guy asked for and most of them probably were okay with it. And again, maybe it's because he was a big content creator. He needs to be aware of that. I understand that. But like, okay, just say no. Oh well, I wanted to work with him. Why? Or I guess for clout. I mean, like, I don't know. Just have a little more self-respect, I guess. I don't know what to tell you. You don't have to interact with all the top fucking everybody's in order to gain clout. You know, I don't, it's just like the whole thing is just like, I don't know.
Emil and I were friends in the past, like way longer than many would believe, but many actions over the years have created quite a considerable wedge. From my perspective, he's not somebody I want to be associated with going forward. Now, I guess I just wish that there were...
Wow, what a shocker. Now that this guy is considered poison, everyone's going to go, I don't want to associate with him anymore.
Be more details from these people. They're being very... It's all hearsay. There's no really proof for any of it. It's hard to say what's even going on. Clearly, there are a bunch of people who feel like, you know, this guy, Chuggaaconroy, has wronged them, but I just wish there was more detail here. You communicated this to me privately a few months ago. I apologized to you directly and promised I would never repeat this kind of behavior again with anyone else. Once you shared how I made you feel, it was a huge wake-up call, and I immediately sought professional help through therapy.
Oh, stop. Like, this is another thing. Like, he's jerking off fucking therapy, you know? I saw a therapist. No, you didn't. Shut up. You didn't see a goddamn therapist. You didn't see a therapist. Like, you need to stop fucking around. But, like, everything is, like, weaponized therapy now. It's so annoying.
I've worked in the months since then to do what you wish for me, learn and be better. I've done and said similar things in years with past people. I am still friends with some of them, while I've fallen out of contact with others. If you are uncomfortable with how I behaved, this apology is for you as well. No matter my intentions, I'm sorry the impact was harmful. I will not reach out to you myself again. I would like to briefly clear up speculation about my relationship. I love my girlfriend. She was aware this conversation took place, consented to it, and saw it was posted. Across no line set between us.
Well, she's a loser too, then. Don't let your fucking man be doing this shit. You should have fucking sliced his toes off.
The start of our relationship, and we're still together. This is the thing.
I'm sorry, guys. I gotta get therapy because I was asking for stinky sniffer pictures. I'm sorry. Like I was going around and I was asking girls if I could buy them new shoes, and I was like, "Hey, if you don't need the old ones, I'll take them." And they were like, "I don't know, they're really stinky." And I was like, "That's okay. I can clean them. I like to refurbish old shoes. I'm a collector." And then they would get there, and this one girl, she cleaned it before, and I yelled at her. I said, "What is wrong with you? Why would you ruined it?" And she's like, "What's wrong? I didn't want you to smell my feet." And she's like, "It's not about that." That's what he said. I said that, but I was lying. I made up some excuse about how the chemicals she used destroyed the shoe, and it was over forever. And I threatened her and made her send me one of her stinky socks, because it was the only way to save it. Like, what the fuck is this shit? I wonder how many of them he paid for their fucking foot shit.
About this, I understand being upset, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's not your job to be relationship police and figure out what his girl is and isn't okay with, right? It's kind of cringe to try to like boundary set and tell her what she needs to be okay with, or like tell the audience like, "Oh, he did this, he has a girlfriend," but it's like, unless there's some abuse going on, like directly to her, she's involved in some way, I feel like she shouldn't have been brought into this at all, because she's gonna get shit for it too, you know? I trust her to tell me if I do something to upset her. I wish to take the space to thank her for being with me throughout this and apologize for the immense amount of stress my situation has caused her, because it hasn't been fair to her. Separately from above, I also want to touch on online discussion about other previous comments I've made about shoes over the years. Fitness and footwear are among my hobbies and not strictly fueled by anything more. I can get passionate.
I just don't believe you, bro. You are a foot gooner, and that's okay. I mean, I also believe that this guy has like a weird passion for shoes because he knew some weird, you know, factoid about a shoe. But this guy likes stinky feet. Who cares? I like feet too. I don't care. I like feet. I like armpits. I like tits. I like ass and the hole. I like it all. I don't care. Okay? Who cares? Who gives a shit? So I don't. What are you gonna do? Make fun of me for liking feet? I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck.
About my interests, and I now understand how this can come across and how it can negatively
Do I think he budgets for his feet? Okay.
affect others. I mean, look, this part of the statement is like, I mean, I guess you're passionate about footwear, but why are you passionate, Chuggaaconroy? I mean, I think we know. I don't think you can totally separate these two things. It's like, well, it's my passion and it makes me hard. Like, it's clearly both. It's
You know, my passions make me hard too, bro. So hey, like, I understand why he's doing it because he feels like he needs to save face, but
clearly both, right? I think that's obvious to anyone. One last time, I recognize I've hurt people and need to be held accountable for it. I respect anyone who feels disappointed or hurt. I decided around the time of the incident that I would never do this again and learn from it, but I understand if you didn't wish to support me anymore. I mean, the comments seem pretty supportive. All these people seem to think it's like a pretty mature apology. I would agree it's pretty mature. Thankfully, he didn't do anything that's like beyond the pale of like sort of being completely unforgivable, right? It doesn't seem to be that kind of situation, but it is interesting to see how this stuff is blown up so much when, I mean, in the end, like, I guess he was a little weird, but it's kind of weird. The most you can say, okay, not kind of weird, it's pretty weird. Does it violate any consent boundaries? I don't think so, because
no, he's just a weird creep. That's it.
This person, at least with Emily, she never, you know, specifically said, "I don't like this." She didn't say that until way later, and she probably should have said it in the moment, I think. But clearly there was
well, not even that, but she seemed to be fine with it at first. So it's not even just like he assumed wrong. She was fine with it at first.
When she said she didn't like it, and he was like, "Oh, well, you know, I apologize."
Can I go into this?
Now, Emily herself responded to his apology saying, "Well, I've seen his apology and hope he genuinely means to better himself. Knowing his history of doing this to others and his private behavior since he did this to me, I personally don't accept his apology, or do I believe it." So I guess she's saying here that she thinks he's been engaging that behavior since then. This will be my response on the matter. If you want to stand by him, but I know how he treats others. I know how I was treated, and I stand by...
Oh, for the way... it doesn't seem like that bad. He treats others by asking them for feet stuff. It's not a big deal.
Letting people know about it so that nobody else has to deal with what I had to deal with. Sorry to others he has hurt. Hope you're doing better now, and I hope he's respecting your boundaries.
The part of the problem is, like, people fold so quickly when they get criticism, too. This guy needs to... He should have have made one response like, "Hey, listen, I'm a shoe enthusiast and then some. I would message people consensually. I didn't realize that they were uncomfortable with it at a time. My bad. I'll do better moving forward." That's all he needed to say. But we get into this. I'm sorry for the negative impact. But this is a bunch of victims online that are bored losers that live a very privileged life to think that this is something that was so profoundly negatively impactful. They're probably a bunch of loser fucking people who got rich and famous and made a lot of money making Pokemon gameplay videos. And they don't know what a struggle is. Go outside. Holy fuck. Like...
And Amiel, sincerely with all my heart, be better. You've been treating people like this for over a decade now. You can't keep doing this. Improve, grow, change. And no, Amiel, we didn't have a convo where we said all this privately. I had to have one of your friends talk to you.
I don't care. I don't care,
to the point where I didn't feel safe. And
no, I can't even take anything that they're saying seriously because the narrative has already been presented. So it's hard to like take what they're saying as like absolute fact.
That friend had to tell you to leave me alone.
None of this really matters that much to me.
With that side, obviously we don't have sort of confirmation on if that's what happened, but
they're both losers
at the very least. Now it does seem to me that Chuggaaconroy made a big mistake here. You know, there's no doubt about it. I don't think you can completely excuse what he did. He definitely was, you know, he was being odd. He was being weird. And I don't think there's anybody that can argue with that. Now, is what he did cancelable?
No.
I would say probably not, and I would say his audience probably isn't going to care about this because they watch him do Let's Plays, they watch him do Pokemon stuff. They're not really that interested in his Discord DMs or about feet or whatever, right? He'll probably be fine. As for the kind of boundary he crossed, it seems like at the bare minimum, he was a little bit pushy. You know, with some of these other accounts, there seems to be enough people.
Sure, he's a little bit pushy. He shouldn't do that. That's
corroborating it to say we don't have explicit proof, but there's enough people saying similar stories. He seems to be apologizing clearly, thinking.
I don't like take the there's a lot of people saying a thing argument you just can't because these narratives go insane constantly. They'll jump out of proportion. We live in a time now where people will have a thing that made them uncomfortable happen. And then 5 years later, they now they're raped. That's what the narrative goes because people like there is an incentivization structure on the internet to cancel somebody. So you could take an uncomfortable situation. Like this is an uncomfortable situation. You have a dude that keeps talking about feet and making these people uncomfortable. That's what's happening. That's the baseline of what's happening. And now 5 years later, a bunch of them get together and get millions of views on their dumb posts and get some people to start interacting with their YouTube. And there's no the entire internet's full of children, like teenagers that think that they know anything about the real world, going, "Oh, see, this is grooming." It's like, shut up. You haven't even finished high school. You don't know anything about the world. You don't know anything. Just shut up. You're acting like this is the worst thing in the world because your life is so privileged. This seems like the worst thing in the world. That's all it is.
Like thinking he did something wrong.
It's like boring. Every time there's an allegation, it's a 17 and 19-year-old. Oh, like just choke a dick, you know? Like fuck.
He clearly was a little pushy, a little weird with this stuff.
Who cares?
Right? Is it unforgivable? I don't watch Chuggaaconroy, so honestly, at the end of the day, I don't particularly care if he's forgivable.
This is why especially men tune out of the conversation. Like they stop caring when they see how disproportionate shit like this is becoming. They're like, holy fuck! Like it's not even worth educating yourself because nobody's gonna give you a fair shake. Like a man's overly, but yeah, of course, you're going to see a lot of guys are over. I've used to be overly pushy. I'm not proud of it, but now you're canceled forever and excommunicated from the fucking internet or from being able to hold down a position you've had for 15 years because you might have been like pushy on Pokemon and for asking for feet. Like it's insane that these are the same people that will talk about reforming literal fucking murderers. Like, oh my god, this guy murdered somebody in a gang murder. There needs to be a path to recovery. But the fucking loser simp that likes to sniff feet, that guy needs to be fucking canceled forever. It's insane.
I think his audience is going to forgive him. I think his core audience is going to. Obviously, there are some people who don't like him now. They're going to see him as a weirdo. Obviously, Ant Dude doesn't want to work with him. There will be other YouTubers who don't.
I'll collab with them. I'll collab with them. I'll do it. Let's do it, buddy. You'll get lots of clout from my massive community.
Chuggaaconroy going forward, but I don't think it's that bad. I think he'll be okay long term as long as he doesn't do this again. If he does it again, then it's going to be like, come on, bro, come on. Like you got your warning shot. You got your get out of jail free card once. If you do it again,
he buys me a new pair of things.
He did not know how to take.
It doesn't look like the 15-year-old thing's getting brought up, so I'm going to bring it up myself. Let's look into these horrible allegations. Chuggaaconroy. I'm sharing the story of a close friend of mine to allow her to maintain anonymity. Sorry, let me relax. She feels it's relevant to share, given the dynamic started when she was 15, he was 19. So 14 years ago. Brought this up earlier, 14 years ago. I personally believe 15 and 19 is inappropriate. If I had a son or a daughter that was 15 or 19, dating a 19 or 15-year-old, I would have a problem with it, and I wouldn't allow it to continue. I think it's problematic now. Back then, probably wasn't considered as problematic, but it's not almost never going to be predatory. I'm sorry, like it's just not. It's a 4-year age gap, 15 and 19. I don't like it, but Okay. But 14 years ago, especially, don't care. We got a few screenshots. I don't know what the document is. If maybe it's like, it's like an entire, it's a 48-page doc. I'm not reading a 48-page doc. I'm going to read to some of these screenshots, and then we're going to be done with it. Because there's no way I'm going to sift through 48 pages of a fucking Google Doc. It's just going to be chat logs that are cringe. We'll take the ones that they highlighted, and we'll see what we got here. Let's see what we got. Chuggaaconroy, 2 hours later. Oh, shush. Haha. People are always get so surprised when I ask them or talk to... Okay, you don't even show us the full message. What? Okay. Gotcha. When I ask them to talk, or even that I reply to their messages at all, it's only to be expected, no? We'll say, see, haha. Well, I read every message that's ever sent to me, read every reply I get on Twitter, and read every comment that I get on Facebook. And I make sure to reply to the less stupid ones. We'll just call them black because they censored their name. Pfft, XD? That makes me feel somewhat better about myself. But heck, that's got to be a lot of people. C. Oh, well, that's nice if you if you feel better. And yeah, lately my mail's slowing down to about 110 messages per day. Holy fuck, what a loser flex on that one. Used to be about 250 a day when I was doing Pokemon and Mario Sunshine. This is the Predator, by the way, guys. The loser bragging about how many messages they got. B. Ah, that's still insane. Weird face emoji. C. Ha. Yeah, it's still pretty insane. It's just that making a Twitter and a Facebook really lightened the load of mail on YouTube. So enough about me and my epeen. I see that you are endangered species. That is the mother. I don't know what that is. Does he even know her age at this point, by the way? Oh, Jesus, what is this? This stuff is like so all over the place. B. I go around outside listening to Japanese gigas rap. It certainly turns some heads. XD? Oh, really? Want to hear Obsession? XD? One Mother Mix thing from Nico Nico I have listened to over 1,200 times. C. Holy Jesus. With a side of pudding. Wow. Putting this in my fucking ass. Gotta zoom in a little bit. B. Lol. Told you. C. My most played song on my iPod is Mario and Luigi Bowser Inside Story Final Boss music. Wow. Over 300 times. Holy fuck. This guy's so cool. If I was a 15-year-old girl, I would be coming right now over this fucking 19-year-old telling me about how much he loves listening to literal Mario Sunshine music on Spotify or whatever was existing back then. Oh my God. B. Can I screeny my iTunes for you? XD? C. Haha, sure. I have a Dragon Roost Island remix in there that's over 200 times. Also, B. I rape my songs, apparently. So, yeah. Okay. C. I'm gonna rape you. What is this? Sorry, cat guy quotes. B. Piffed. Would it really be rape now? Rape is unwilling. Sorry, me being a... Hey! Don't say that word. An R slur. C. Haha, it's cool. Not as bad as the 12 to 14-year-old girls who write to me telling me their massive crushes on me. That is a little weird for him to say. Which is hilarious because they don't even know what I look like. B. It's not totally impossible to be in love without knowing what somebody looks like. Spends way too much time on online sites. End, like question. C. Yes. B. Just how old do you think I am? Chuggaaconroy responds, 18, question mark. B responds, I'm flattered, really. I'm only 15 turning 16 this year, XD. C. Oh, Jesus. Haha. B. What? Why does everyone always think significantly higher or lower? XD. He was hoping you were 18. C. Whenever I meet people, if they see what I look like, they think I'm only 16. If they really hear my voice online, they think I'm in my mid-20s. I'm really 19. Works out in the middle. I'm not sure what people think of my appearance. This is B talking. I've been said to look old and young. Weird emoji, I guess. And well, you heard my voice, XD. C. Creepy demonic voice. B. I'm not that scary. I'm gonna light myself on fire. Or am I? Dramatic background music. C. And with that, as a random subject change, I am now done with episode 43. Yay, no more earth-tempting editing. When did this guy ask her for feet pics? That's what I'm looking for. Can I see those sniffers, baby? Where is all this shit? Oh, what's the next one? This is so dumb. This whole thing is so stupid. B, the game. C, you suck. B, I love you too. 8D. C, I know you do. He says with enthusiasm. I edit that part. B, foo. You secretly love small children. Don't deny it. C, pff, you're only a few years younger. Yay, creeping. B, I know that, but it's still pedophilia. It literally isn't, just to be clear. But it's okay. The law will never stop us. With a face. And I have no idea what's wrong with me. Lack of sleep? This almost seems fake, but okay. C, sounds like my life. B, baby, come back. You can blame it all on me. Oh, woo. C, you throw out your mop and broom? B, I had one or two. Wait, what? I had those. What the fuck is happening right now? C, I just like how you said you had... Oh, no! Just like how you had sneakers. Oh, God. Not the sneakers reference. B, but I don't. You do. And I wear them when you're not looking. C, you mean like now? This is literally just dumb teenager bullshit. C, notices a bulge in your boot? Wait. Pushes you down and scratches off your boots. You wear my sneakers inside your boots. You're cheating. Bro, what? B, rape. Blows a rape whistle. C, God, crams my feet into the boots since I have no other shoes to run in and runs. B, foot fetish. Exclamation point. Chases after in your shoes. When I catch you, jumps on you. C, God, is pinned. Please, have mercy. B, how ha, you got pinned by a girl. Has no idea what to do on top. Noms? I'm getting uncomfortable. I'm very uncomfortable. C, on top. B, yes, I am a top, which means you're bottom? Question mark? C, guess it's not pedophilia if you're the one doing the raping. Why? What is happening here, dude? Oh my God. This is insane. Holy shit, this is insane. B, rape. And to the law, it is. And it's rape. Okay. Incredible. C, you're not going to, I'm just going to say R, your boots off, are you? Because this is too much at this point. B, oh, close his mouth. B, what a lovely idea. R's the boots off, however that works. C, no, give me back my shoes. B, they're all mine. Bwah ha 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 ha. And so are you. Inserts various inappropriate stuff here. C, you sure love R-ing me. B, you sure love being R'd. Wow, this word is incredible. I remember back in the day we used to be a little too lenient with that word too. B, but that means it's willing. And willing R is actually sex. So now it's pedophilia. It's still not pedophilia, but okay. C, my feet are cold. Can I please have my shoes back? B, fine. Whines and hands shoes back reluctantly. C, yay, puts them on before my feet freeze. All right, we got one more left, and I'm done with this. This is so stupid and cringe. I don't care about any of this. It's actually just funny at this point. This is ridiculous. B, remember, B is the blocked person, just in case anybody's thinking about that. The game. C, oh, hi. I guess the game was really crazy. B, hiya, ooh. C, lollies a lolly? Oh, no. You were really leaning with a lot of words, let me tell you. Woo! B, what normal human being is up at 7 in the morning? A bunch of just letters. C, FKU in there. B, Sonafa. That was unintentional. Fuck. But still. ... Was Ann. C, but yeah, I actually had a normal sleeping time today. B, it's the end of the world, she said in exclamation points. Or in all caps. And yes, my nickname is Lolly. C, hey, with your cosplays, you really are a lolly. B, please tell me that you don't know the actual meaning of lolly. And nah, D8. C, Lolly has a much nicer ring to it than Pedo Crush. Well, again, you're not a pedophile in any sense of the word. B, angry face. Oh, God, you know the meaning. Dead. Lolly is prepubescent, though. Incredible stuff. I know somebody that would say that it's not lolicon. It's just cute. I would never say that. I'm not a fucking weirdo. Okay, yeah, listen. Honestly, the dude's weird. This was 14 years ago. I really don't care. I don't care. I'm tired. Like, it's not... This guy's not a predator. He's a loser. That's it. That's all it is. That's all it boils down to. It's not a big deal. I don't really care. Do better, sir. Grow up. Go outside and interact with real people in the real world. Go start with Magic the Gathering. At least you guys will gather in real life. But oh my God. It's like all this ridiculous... It's just like people want to be outraged because they're bored. I don't care. I don't. It's this thing. The whole thing is dumb. It's people overreacting. Very immature. 14 years ago. 15 to 19. Not appropriate. Not predatory, though. Don't do that anymore, guys. Spread the word. That's not good. Yay!